Okay, who are the backup singers?
Oh, well, let's let them introduce yourselves. Go ahead, fellas.
Ron, how you doing? Jim Melfi.
Oh, that's attorney James Melfi, folks. The Pride and Joy Gerard Indian, right?
That's correct.
Absolutely.
And we got one more guy here.
Hi, Ron.
Well, do you need? Wait a minute. I recognize that voice. He is the founder of Ron Verb Tortellini.
That's it.
Oh, wait a minute.
How you doing?
I tell you, that's right. I'm having a Vietnam flashback. It was Jim Tressel Tortellini. Excuse me. I'm doing well. How are you, Frank?
I'm well, thank you.
All right, man. We got the best in the business, gang. We really do. A rare appearance by Frank. I want to know, Frank, you've been off, but Melfi's been holding the fort down, and I might add, doing an excellent job.
He's my guy.
All
I'm
right.
not surprised by that at all.
I think Mark and I are surprised by it.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, ready to take some calls, guys.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Let's get underway with our attorneys tonight on a legal show. You're on the air. Hello. You got a legal question?
Yeah, it's a real quick one too. When you go to like these car washes, automatic car washes, and you drive up and they have a sign with like 14 things that aren't covered, is that really binding? I mean, you pay your money and you're waiting to go through the tunnel, and now they're saying if they dent your car, they're not liable.
Well, I think the bottom line is if there's negligence, they're liable. You can't contract away negligence.
Right. Yeah, I guess it would always depend on what scenario exactly damaged your car, but I would agree with
Yeah,
Mark.
and you see it a lot of times with these big trucks. Like I see, they don't want to see a cyber truck through these tunnels or the big F-350s.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're saying when they post this stuff, hey, if you get this damage as a result of going through our car wash, we're not responsible. Can they, if they make that known,
Well,
does that get them off the hook?
If they qualify it, if they say if your vehicle exceeds these dimensions, there is a likelihood that it might be dented, and we are not liable if it is. Now they put you on notices. What is the qualifier? Because your vehicle's too large, they're telling you it's too large, and you might get a dent. Do it at your own risk.
Right. I mean, that would be saying, you could never sue anybody for anything under that theory.
Right.
Where we're just not liable. Everything's at your own risk. It doesn't hold up.
So you're saying there's some gray area, Frank?
Yes, sir.
All right.
There's an exception to every rule.
Does that answer your question, caller?
Yeah. In other words, they're just trying you on. They're trying to avoid.
What type of damage have you had to that clunker of yours?
I had no damage, but I was driving like the most popular car made, Camry. So, I mean, that car should be able to go through.
Right.
Is it a compact car?
It's a Camry. It's a Toyota Camry.
Yeah, that's not a big car.
It's a regular sedan.
Yeah, I mean, if you get some damage on it, it's, a big deal. It's not like a Mercedes or BMW or something like that. I mean, okay, I'm only teasing, caller. Thanks for your call. Do you remember, DeVecchio, when they say they post things that we're not liable?
Yes.
And do you remember, this is going back to when James Melfi was in high school, that it was well known, do not date Jim Melfi out of fear of having a broken heart, which he would not be responsible for.
I recall that.
Not so much in high school, maybe college, but
yeah, he did post that, though. He posted that to say, you know what I mean? Ladies, be caution. I'm not responsible if you end up with a broken heart.
They were on notice. That's a legal term for everyone tonight.
And you know what I say,
He's
Mark?
married now, so that goes out the window.
Yeah.
That James Melfi's gone.
But you know what? It reminds me of, Mark. How do you live with a broken heart? Or isn't that the song, Mark? Or am I missing it?
And how can you mend a broken heart? The great Brothers Gibb.
No, it's all green.
Yes.
How can a loser ever win, Ron? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. That's
probably not a better group of performers than the Bee Gees.
That's right.
Really fun, fantastic. Rumor has it, guys, and I'm going to give you guys some advice here. There better be some gifts that you have all pitched in for and set on the desk of David Beatrice, because I think it's his birthday today.
65.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed up.
We all got him gifts, Ron. We'll go around the table and tell you what we got him.
Okay, let's go. I'm all ears.
On his desk, I set a life alert button with a year subscription paid for. I think you should ask
Oh,
Frank what
excellent.
he got him too.
And
Yeah.
Amazon subscription of years worth of Depends.
Oh, okay. A year's worth. You guys are very thoughtful
We try.
on what you're giving him. And DeVecchio got him a back hair shaver. So that's really nice.
Yes, I did.
So
The
there
same
you have
brand that I use.
it. Yeah.
And it's used.
Oh boy, we'll never give the guy a break. But happy birthday to Dave Beatrice if you see him out there today. All right, you're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Hello.
I want to know why you're picking on me when I'm not there.
Wait a minute. Believe me, guys, I had no idea he was on the line. I swear to you.
So who said they got me the Depends? That's what I want to know.
I told you that yesterday.
Who is the jokester with the Depends?
Why are
Frank? Never show Frank?
listen, David, stop fighting it. Are they comfortable? Did he get the right size? Can you tell us?
No. They got me the small. They got me the little boy size, Frank and Brian's size. The little boy size.
Well, he said he was trying to lose weight, but I guess the little size is comfortable with the pad that he has on his
I'd
chair.
have to cut myself in half to be as small as
What
Frank.
what did I tell you guys? When you get them to Depends, you get them in Husky. Remember Husky?
Right. Remember Husky. I want to know why the two young lawyers are sitting in the office, and I had to have my chauffeur drive me to Marion County, Ohio today. Why am I always the one going to court and doing things? Jimmy's in, he's working on motions. Frank's never going to court. Why am I always the one always going to court?
Well,
Why did they send the old man to the court?
I had a
Well,
4.5
feel
hour
that-
deposition today. So
In general,
yeah.
we feel if you're out of the office, it seems to run better.
There's some truth to that.
Some.
There seems to be a better morale in the office, and people are happier.
Yeah.
A better work environment, David.
So would you like some trivia about Marion, Ohio?
Well, I would like to say happy birthday. Do you want to give me some reflections on 65 years on the planet that you would like to share with us as you grow older? I mean, you should have wisdom for us.
I have suits older than Frank.
Mm-hmm.
I have underwear older than Jimmy. Mark, I don't have anything older than Mark.
Right.
Mark's, closer to my age.
Well, you have you. I mean,
But
you're still older.
This one bothered me. I'll be honest with you. When I got my Medicare card in the mail, that kind of shakes you a little bit. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but you know what we're happy about? The thoughtful gift that Frank got for you with those Depends means means for the sake of Pam washing your underwear, no more bacon strips. She is free from that.
No more bacon strips for PM. You're absolutely right.
And I think that's why it was a very thoughtful gift that Frank gave you.
David, how was your
Frank,
birthday?
did
I didn't
you
get to
how big
see.
that courtroom was I was in today.
I know that's
Say
wild.
again?
I was just asking you, how was your birthday? I didn't get to see you.
He was in
I
court.
know that because they got a big brunch for everyone. I had to eat and go because I had to be in Marion County. And my paralegal, Julie, who I rely, she's like my right arm. She goes, "This is a 2-hour drive." I said, "No problem." I get in my car and I have my chauffeur put it in her Waze, and it's a 2.5-hour drive. And then my paralegal, who was supposed to get me some thumb drives, say, "Yeah, you have to stop over at Myers and get thumb drives." So I was a little late for court.
How'd that
Had
go?
I left on time, I'd be there doing the show with you guys. But, it was a rough day today. I spent 5 hours in the car.
And that isn't right on your birthday. On your 65th birthday, you should not be sitting 5 hours in a car in a courtroom.
No, I didn't even go into I went into the courtroom just to film it, to show it to Frank, because literally it's the smallest common police courtroom I've seen in the entire state of Ohio.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was a. Yeah, I didn't realize that was a common police court when you sent that over.
Yeah. Now the judge, who he looks like the Doogie Howard of judges. I mean,
Doogie Howser.
right? He doesn't look like he's been practicing law 6 years. He says they're knocking out a wall and they're redoing his courtroom. I said, "Well, thank God, Judge. 'Cause I'll be honest with you, This is the smallest common police courtroom I think in the whole state
You know what?
I've been in. I mean, that thing was tiny.
It's always good, guys. This is a great legal strategy, Dave has. Always kind of insult the judge's courtroom when you got a case in front of them. That is a great strategy.
No, I went in there just to take some video of it because I wanted to, in case I had to do any technology, I wanted to see what it was like, and I wanted to get the layout.
Oh.
And it's small. I mean, you are on top of one another.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me that this courtroom's getting refurbished and it's going to be bigger. And I said, well, that's good, Judge. I mean, Frank, was that a small courtroom or what?
No,
You know,
it really
the
was.
court-
It really was. It was smaller than the Youngstown municipal courtrooms in the old courthouse.
It kind of reminds
that's
me, though,
small.
when he says
Yeah.
that on Dave's 65th birthday, it reminds me. Dave, too, used to be smaller, and now he's refurbished and much larger as he's gotten older.
Well, Ron,
That-
they're
Actually, no.
Well,
Ron, they're going
my
to.
waistline has not gotten smaller. My weight has not gotten smaller. So those are all untrue statements.
Ron,
Oh,
they're
okay,
blowing
I'm
out a
sorry.
wall in his office right
but,
now
but I
too.
was down there on an involuntary manslaughter case.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm driving back, and it says I'm not going to be back till 6:20. And I know Frank and Jimmy are going to stick around and have a drink with me.
For your birthday.
Right, Frank, Jimmy, and Mark, on my birthday, you're going to buy me a drink?
Well, I'll absolutely
the-
buy you a
I'm
drink, but
sorry.
we may need to do it tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll buy
The
you.
day-
I'd
yeah.
love. I would
Yeah.
love.
We need to
I
do
would
it
love.
tomorrow.
I would love to. Actually, I was disappointed you weren't around because I thought we could.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Frank, listen to me. It's not Frank Cassis. It's Frank No Show Cassis.
Right. But I mean,
Okay.
he sounded sincere, like he really wanted
No,
to do
I
something
really
for
do.
you.
I mean it.
Frank, kudos
Yeah,
to
he
you.
really
Me
did.
and Beatrice
Yeah.
have
He
spent a
really
lot
did.
of time in
Mark, you'll
trial
be there.
together.
I know you're not going to blow me off, right, Mark?
Unfortunately, Dave.
I'm
Mark.
Love
I'm
you.
sorry. Mark's got something to do tonight. Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Dave, we're all a little busy tonight.
But tomorrow,
Yeah,
I will
just-
buy you 5 drinks.
No. Tomorrow I have to go. I have to attend a funeral tomorrow in Sandusky.
Well, there you go. I guess it's not
It's an
going to happen.
Annual funeral.
All right.
Okay.
I gotta
for the
pause
boat,
here.
The boat.
All right.
All right. Thank you, David. Happy birthday, Dave.
Bye-bye.
Seriously. The great one himself, Attorney David Beatrice, celebrating 65 years on the planet. We'll come back with more Legal Show after this. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Kate
And Dane.
from CKC Gutter Specialist Company. Have you been dealing with leaking, overflowing, or clogged gutters? Let our team of technicians with over 20 years of experience take care of this for you. Here at CKC, we are locally owned and operated. We use only American-made, fully warranted materials, and we will solve your gutter-related issues with a painless experience. Call us at 330-759-5200. 330-759-5200.
From all of us here at CKC, we look forward to handling all of your gutter needs.
Hey, Mahoning Valley, this is Chris Allen with Valorec. We have opportunities for millwrights, electronic technicians, electricians, and production operators at our Youngstown campus. Go to ValorecJobsOnline.com to apply. If you are ready for a new opportunity, come join our team. Go to ValorecJobsOnline.com to apply today. Your future starts right here in Youngstown at Valorec. Go to ValorecJobsOnline.com to apply today.
I'm Tex Fisher. I'm a lifelong conservative, small business owner, and proud to be your state representative. In Columbus, I'm fighting to lower property taxes, unleash energy production, protect Ohio jobs from illegal workers, and let you keep more of what you earn. It's time to make our state government work for us, not the special interests. Together, we can build a brighter future and put Americans first. Vote Fisher for state representative on or before November 5th. Paid for by Fisher for Ohio.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer. Oh, no, 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 no.
So you can
Return of Ram Power Days. With 183 Rams on the ground, now is the time to grab your perfect work partner or daily driver. Enjoy up to $13,000 off on select Ram trucks and vans while supplies last. Unbeatable savings for unbeatable reliability and performance. Whether you need a rugged truck or a versatile van, Ram has you covered. Don't wait. These deals are flying off the lot. Let's get to work, make a bunch of money, and save big at both Kufleitner locations. And don't forget about our quality inventory of certified pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Kufleitner Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Trucks, your locally owned and operated dealerships on Route 14 in Columbiana and on Market Street in Boardman. And please remember, tell a friend.
From the A to Z Dependable Services Traffic Center. Septic, plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. 570 traffic.
Looks like you still have a heavy traffic volume. 422 between downtown Youngstown and Warren. That's a 31-minute drive and only 16 minutes on the 680 from the Turnpike to I-80. See a crash? Give us a call. 330-305-1159. I'm Mike Ross in the Total Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Quality Water Systems.
Ready for top-notch water quality? Visit drinkquality.com to get $75 off a reverse osmosis system and a free water test from Quality Water Systems. Pure, clean water is just a click away. Act now at drinkquality.com.
Weather brought to you by Mazda Heating and Cooling and Bryant, keeping you comfortable year-round.
Dry weather sticking around tonight, mostly clear skies, patchy fog possible, temperatures just dipping into the upper 50s. Mostly sunny to start your Friday. Look for some clouds to build in through the afternoon. High temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. With your Storm Team 27 forecast, I'm meteorologist Paul Wetzel.
This report is sponsored by Oaks Roofing and Siding.
Your home's roof should be built to last, like the reputation of Oaks Roofing and Siding. They have hundreds of reviews backing up their quality. For a free estimate and $2,000 off all roof replacements through the end of the month, call 866-661-OAKS or visit oaksroofingandsiding.com.
Now, Ron Verb on News Radio 570 WKBN.
Hey, we're back with the Legal Show, News Radio 570 WKBN. It's the longest running legal show brought to you by Beatrice Coppins. We have attorney Mark DeVecchio joining us tonight. Hello, Mark. Hello. And we also have.
Hello, I thought
James
you forgot about us.
No, James Melfi's with us and Frank Assis. Let's go back and take some calls. What do you guys say?
We're in.
All right. And you're on the air. You got a legal question for our attorneys tonight. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead with your question, please.
Yes, my father passed away and supposedly had a will, and I don't know anything about it. However, his wife is asking me to sign off. She said he has a will, and it expired. He lives in Pennsylvania.
Expired?
Wills don't expire.
That's what she told me. I have no idea.
Yeah, they don't expire.
Yeah, once you have a will, you have a will until it's invalidated by a subsequent will. But you could have a will and then do another will, and that would invalidate the first one. But as long as you have a will, it does not come with a use by date. So there's something's a little sketchy.
Well, exactly. My next question is, they had a business together, and she's selling the assets off, and she probably has sold 150 of probably a total of 250,000 in asset. I am one of 4 children. According to my dad, when he was alive, he was going to give 50% to his wife and 50% to his kids.
That's
would
the way
I
it
be
normally
entitled
would be.
to part of the business?
Well, you'd be entitled to 1/4 of 50% of the net worth of the estate. So when you say,
Correct.
would I be
That's what I
entitled to
thought.
the business, depending on what the net worth is, 50% is going to go to the kids, 50% is going to go to the surviving
Let me ask you this,
spouse.
Mark. Would he not be entitled to, isn't it what the will says? If the will says he dies and it all goes to his wife, that might mean he doesn't get anything then.
Yeah,
right?
That's correct. If that's what the will states, I think you need to try to get your hands on that will.
Yeah, I think the fact that she's trying to
How do I
disclaim
do
it.
that? How do I? I'm sorry. Would you say that again?
I said, given the fact that she's trying to disclaim the will and said it expired, it would suggest to me that it's not favorable to her, or that she's looking for more favorable terms without a will.
Right.
So
yeah, she's asking me to sign off.
Don't sign off.
So
Sign
if
off
I
on
sign
anything.
off, obviously there's something there for me, correct?
Correct.
You don't know.
You know what I would.
mean, we don't know if there's something there because this guy needs to see the will, but he shouldn't sign.
I
off
wouldn't
on
sign
anything.
anything.
Right?
I wouldn't sign off on
I
anything.
won't sign off on anything. That's
Well,
yeah, not going to happen.
And probably what they're
Let me
trying to
ask
get
you
you to
this,
sign-
Mark.
Well, yes, go ahead.
Mark, let me ask you this: if she doesn't give him a copy of the will, or that she doesn't produce the will, then if it's then it's a different scenario on who gets what, right?
Well,
If
no,
there
given
isn't
that
a
there's
will.
a surviving spouse and children, and the children are from a different spouse. I know in Ohio, there's a formula that both the children and the surviving spouse would take percentages. And the way his father explained it, seems like that would be the logical. The 4 children would get 50%, the wife would get 50%. If she's trying to kind of disinherit the children now that he's passed, saying that but what I would do is contact the probate court. She could be asking him to sign off on waiver of service. That could be because whenever you open an estate, you ask to get all potential beneficiaries to waive service.
Is there an estate open? Do you know?
Probate court. Well, I have no idea who to call for that. This would be in Pennsylvania.
What county are you in?
The county that my dad was in is in Mercer County.
All right, then I would call the Mercer County Court and ask to be directed to the probate division. Give them your father's name, date of birth, find out if an estate has been opened, and then ask what they have on the docket as far as the next hearing date. And I would show up.
Okay. Would you recommend that I get an attorney?
You think?
Yeah, it never hurts. It's not going to hurt you at all.
You definitely should get one.
Okay.
And then
that's
your
what I need to
your
know.
attorney could do
She
a lot
has
of that
sold-
legwork
She has
for you.
sold off stuff already.
Yeah, I would get a lawyer involved as soon as possible.
Do it sooner rather than
Especially with a business.
later.
And
Wills
she's
don't
selling
expire.
assets.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I would get a lawyer involved as quickly as you can.
Although we know this much, thank you for your call. People do expire. Wills do not expire, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Isn't that words of wisdom? Dave Beatrice would have appreciated that, particularly now that he's 65. When I'm saying people do expire, Dave would say, yes, Ron, I understand as I get closer. Well, Dave's on the back nine. He would get it. News Radio 570.
He's in the fourth quarter.
He's, he's at the plate and the count is 2-2.
He might be in
Dear
overtime.
God, don't say that. He's putting at 18. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Come on.
Exactly right. You know what? The ball is heading for the goal. Okay, let's take some calls. You're on the air with our attorneys. Legal question, please.
Hello?
Yes. What's your question?
I have a question regarding an estate. Is it an Ohio law that if there is no surviving spouse left, that the children need to sign off on a cremation?
No, it's not a law. If there's no surviving spouse, first of all, he should have made your wishes should be known as to how to handle your passing. And if he didn't make his wishes known, then and there's no surviving spouse, the children would have a say in how to honor their father, whether you want to do calling hours, cremate, whatever. If you don't have any specific instructions upon his passing,
Right.
then you guys get together and figure out what you want to do to honor your father.
Actually, it was my mother. She did want cremated, and my sister and I agreed to it. The funeral home says that all 3 of us have to sign the paper since it's irreversible.
Well, what paperwork do you have, or do they have that is stating that?
That's saying that he can be cremated.
But is that through a will?
No, the lady at the funeral home told me it was an Ohio law.
They're looking to avoid any kind of liability or any kind of holdups, because one child could hold out and say we don't want.
They don't want a sibling to
cremation.
say that. Well, we didn't
And
want
then
to cremate
You
it.
cremated my mom, and then
And the funeral home may have liability if they could sue him by that one holdout. So maybe that's what they're saying. We need all.
But I mean, do you know, was there any instructions as to what her wishes were besides what she told
She
you?
wants to be cremated.
Did she tell you that? Or,
The one sibling now all of a sudden wants a autopsy and a blood sample. She was on hospice, so I guess he's insinuating we did something to her.
Wow. That's taken a turn.
Yeah.
Well, how old was she when she passed?
84.
Was she in hospice care?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would be concerned about that.
No.
Yeah. So for cremation
What
to
did he say?
occur,
I did not.
for a cremation to occur, a minimum of 24 hours must elapse after the death. During this time, the family is required to record the death before final disposition of the body. The funeral home or crematory staff will help you secure a death certificate.
I think that
I have the death certificate. I paid for her cremation, but she is still in refrigeration. It has been a month because my brother will not sign the paper.
All right, but caller, was there a will?
Yes.
And sometimes wills will specifically state what the wishes of that person are. Does it state in the will that she wished to be cremated?
Yes.
Well, then
Then
that
he
should
has no
control.
argument.
There's
Yeah.
no argument. You should be able to take that to the funeral home.
Okay.
All
And
right.
I had one other question. Is there a waiver that you have to sign before you can, the siblings have to sign to be appointed the executor?
No, a will appoints an
Yeah,
executor.
it should be appointed in the will, and then if there's a
Yeah, if there's a will, then there should be an executor, a first and a second choice. If the first is unable or unwilling to perform the duties of executor or executrix. So I would refer to the will first.
Okay. Well, our attorney said that the siblings have to sign off on that so the executor can be appointed. I said, what is the point in having a will then if you're not, that's the person that passed speaking. You know what I mean?
Yep. Good point.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm at a
thank
loss.
you.
We'd have to see the
Thank
will
you so
before we
much.
could give you a valid answer.
You're on the air with our attorneys tonight. What's your question?
The nun said Turner.
All right. You're not.
There's one.
You're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. What's your question?
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen. Love your show. My sister bought a wash machine about 4 or 5 years ago, and it started making noise. She called the appliance store where she bought it from. They sent out a service tech. They looked at it. It was still under warranty. But now she got a text or an email from them and said that they weren't going to fix it, come down and buy a new one for $799. My question is, since it was still under warranty now, but she's only got like a week left and the warranty runs out, is the appliance store liable to either fix it or replace it before the warranty runs out?
Well,
Or
the warranty company is.
Now, hold on.
what action does she have?
Did she buy an extended warranty when she purchased the washing machine?
No.
4 or 5 years is a pretty long
That's a
warranty.
long-
It came with
What brand are you buying?
Yeah,
Because
I've
I
never
can.
heard of one having a warranty.
My wife just
All right,
burned one
well,
up last week.
Well, however long ago she bought it, that her machine was still under that warranty.
What's the brand?
Because that's what the store told her before they sent a service tech out a week ago or a week and a half ago.
So the warranty is through the
Okay.
manufacturer.
It's the manufacturer, not the
Right.
store.
So if it's Whirlpool, call Whirlpool.
Exactly.
Or
You need
if
to
it's-
contact whoever the manufacturer is
Yeah.
of the machine.
Call the manufacturer and talk to them and tell them what's going on.
Right, because if it is still
Yeah.
under warranty, then they would honor the warranty.
Yeah. It's through the manufacturer, you're saying, correct?
Yes, that's
Because
correct.
not-
I mean,
not
at
where you
least that's
bought
what
it.
would make sense. I don't think it would be through the store unless there's a different warranty that they've.
Yeah.
Usually, it would be a manufacturer, especially on a washing.
I don't see a store that
Right.
just sells
No.
washers. They're not going to have the personnel or the staff to fix it.
And let me know what brand it is. 5 years. I can.
No. Yeah, no.
I'd like that warranty.
Hold on a second. The service tech came out and said, we can get the parts. We got to order the parts. And when we get them in, we'll put them together, bring it out, and we can fix the machine. So
All right.
that's what they told us. So you're saying go to the manufacturer and tell them what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen the warranty, but from what you're describing, that's what it sounds like.
And certain warranties they could make exceptions for things that aren't covered under warranty. Certain parts, are not covered under warranty, but they have to be explicitly set out in the warranty what's covered and what is not. So maybe they told you what they need to do to fix it, but then they went back, looked at the warranty, and that wasn't covered. So once again, as Frank said, you have to read the fine print in the warranty.
Good luck. You're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Hello. Line 2. Hello.
Hey, I have a real estate question for you.
Okay.
So I bought a house with an ex a lot like 10 years ago. And I've been battling with them for 6 years to try to get off of it. And I've been told that it's like $12,000 to try to get her to force sell. Or she can assume the loan, or she can refinance. Are those the only options? Because she keeps missing payments. She can't refinance because her credit's terrible. And I don't really have $12,000 to take her to court.
Well, you need to file an action and
You
partition.
need to actually,
Action and partition. The court will identify what your recourse is.
Yeah, that, and I don't mean to interrupt. Maybe the $12,000 you were describing was that what a lawyer told you, like a fee?
Seems a little high in a partition.
Yeah, the lawyer said to get it into courts is like $12,000 to petition everything. But initially he said that it's like $750 to like write a draft, trying to talk to the bank to see if they'll release me, and if they won't release me, then it goes to like 12 grand trying to
So there's going to be
get to the courts to make.
There's going to be some legal fees that are associated with whatever you do, but there is a way to rectify the issue. But you're going to have to get a lawyer involved, and that's going to cost you money. And ultimately, if you're on the deed or the loan, and you're going to have problems one way or another, so you're going to have to do something.
Never known a bank to just let someone off a hook
Right.
on a loan and say,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Right.
We won't go after you
How
for
much
the money we
equity is
gave
in the
you.
home?
Not much, because I believe it was a forbearance that was taken during COVID, and it was going to go through the foreclosure process, but there was some type of grant and it washed it away. So there's not really much equity. And from when I talked to the lawyer about it, he said that there's liens on the house, which is another problem.
Liens
So
from
I just
from
want to
whom?
make sure that
Who created?
who created the liens.
Yes.
Well, the sewage, I guess, wasn't paid for. The garbage wasn't paid for.
Okay.
I
Utility
guess
liens.
there's fines from like not cutting the grass and such like that.
Yeah, you need to get a lawyer.
Absolutely. And contact the bank. You may be able to give them a deed in lieu of foreclosure, and that would cut out all your expenses, in the entirety. So you surrender the property, call the bank and say, listen, I'll sign the deed over to you and let me off the hook with the loan. I've done that on cases.
Yeah. Ask for a release.
Okay, and then is it right what the lawyer saying? It's like 12 grand?
That
like, I
that
don't
varies.
know.
It depends on the lawyer,
Yeah,
right, Frank?
exactly. It depends what lawyer you talk to.
I mean, all lawyers have different fee scales. So, you could call somebody else and get an estimate.
Yeah, it sounds high to me, guys.
I mean, it probably is, but I don't know what that, if they're saying that's a legal fee or what that would be. I mean, some people would
Frank,
bill that hour.
You're afraid to say it's high because you would charge 15.
No, but good luck. But you do need a lawyer.
Yeah.
So call around.
Thank you.
All right.
And it'd be worth
on the
every
legal
penny.
show,
for that.
You're on the air. Do you have a question?
Black sheep.
All right. There
Two.
you go.
What's up with that?
There you go.
That's
You're
a
on
new
the
one.
air. Hello.
That was a kid.
Hello, Ron. How
Yes.
you doing?
Good. You got a legal question?
Yeah, that lady called in about asking about signing off on papers for getting somebody cremated. My mother just passed away in August, and we all had to sign off on paper with the funeral home and to get her cremated. So that is true.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah, they're never.
Well, I mean, what do you do if there was a holdout? You guys all agreed. You all your siblings, everybody agreed to the cremation, correct?
Yeah, we all had agreed to the cremation, yeah. But if there's one person holding out, the funeral home said they couldn't cremate her until everybody signed off on it.
Even if it's in their will, if it's their
Well, she had no will. She had no
that-
will. She just
that's
had
a different scenario, I think.
Yeah. But we all had to sign off with the funeral home director to cremate it.
Well, sorry for your loss.
All right, you guys have a nice day.
Thank
Go
you.
Guardians.
Go Guards.
Tonight is going to determine a lot. So after the legal show, we wrap up here in about 3 or 4 minutes. And then, of course, the news headlines. After the news headlines, then we go to Guardians pregame and then the game itself a little after 6 o'clock. This is a must-win game, guys. If they don't win this
Sure is.
here, then it's...
Although, Ron, are you a Guardians fan?
Yes.
Okay. If I would have told you at the beginning of the year that the Guardians are going to win their division and go to the playoffs, would you have taken that? What I'm saying is,
taking that. What you say to me every year is the Browns are Super Bowl
I
bound.
know.
So what you say to me when it comes to
I
sports,
know.
probably I wouldn't listen to.
when it comes to the
You know what I
Browns,
mean?
I'm
Because-
brain dead. So I'm blinded by my loyalties to the team, and they break my
Yeah,
heart.
I think,
and I want to break up. I really want to break up. I'm sending Haslam divorce papers.
You should.
right.
I'm asking
you
for
know,
spousal
you think
support.
you think Watson's a great quarterback, don't you, Mark?
I can't comment, Ron. I can't. It's like
Yes, you can, 'cause
self-incrimination.
I think he
It's
sucks.
like the fifth.
Well,
Let's
talk
leave.
about a great, talk about whatever lawyer negotiated that contract, guys.
Ooh.
For Watson, he should get.
He's worth every penny.
Although
Penny Bryant.
I'm reading that they are now saying that is the worst transaction in the history of organized sports. They're saying it's the worst deal ever made by
By
a
the
team.
Browns.
Oh,
Ev-
by the
no,
Browns.
by any team in
yeah.
general.
Well, no, right.
The
but I'm
worst
saying,
move ever.
But the Browns did it.
Yeah.
He's laughing all the way to the bank.
They're not saying it's not a bad deal for the quarterback. For Watson, it's a bad deal for the team. You're saying, Mark, right?
Yes, it's a bad from the front office to the team. They're snake bit. They're cursed. It's a factory of sadness. There, I said it.
They're a losing organization. That's what they are.
I'm not. I'll give the great dad line. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. you know. Oh, but I am
They're
angry.
impossible to watch.
You know, I haven't heard those words, Mark. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed since my honeymoon. I mean, it just brings it brings
Oh,
everything
that's
right back to me, and it's just it's a beautiful moment you've recreated
I'm
here
sorry.
for us.
Ron's full circle.
Right. Well, right. Let me see. Hello, you got a legal question?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, go ahead quickly.
My legal question is this: years ago, I'd left my family back in the '80s. I moved away, and but I lost all contact with them. So over the years, let's cut to the chase. 40 years later, I find myself. I found out that my family mostly are all dead. Parents dead.
All right. We only have seconds remaining. What's your question?
Question is there was a will. If there was something left, how would I go about finding out if I was entitled?
Well, here's if your whole family's dead, your parents are dead, the beneficiaries are dead, you're not going to find anything because it was.
I have the beneficiary is still alive. One of my brothers.
And you don't speak to him at
there's
all?
There's 3 brothers left.
Go to probate court and find out if there's any paperwork on an estate for your parents, and you'll find the answers there. There should be some kind of a judgment entry that says what went where.
All right.
However, if you're not named on the will, you might be,
Right.
depending on what it says, you might be out.
You're out.
All right. The Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Cop. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Frank.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Ron.
it.
Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Happy birthday, David.
Go Guardians.
What are you doing with all the money?
Manuel, I want my